kind of want to just talk to you about your journey. Don kind of touched on it, but from Hereford, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, my mother-in-law lives in Hereford. I was up there, not a whole lot there. People make fun of Lubbock. I'm not gonna lie.
More cows than there are people.
There are a lot of cows. There are. You just kind of give me an idea of coming from Hereford to Lubbock and Tech, and just kind of your first couple years as a walk-on and everything.
Coming from Hereford, I guess living in Hereford. I mean, I grew up on a ranch, so it was always hard work. I mean, I found out early if I worked hard, I'm gonna get what I want. Coming to Tech, I did the same thing. I kind of molded into this atmosphere. I mean, I stayed the same person. I just got a little more experience in other things that I'd like to do and how I'd like to be. It made me grow as a person, being a walk-on, going through them hard times. You never know what's going to happen day in, day out. If you're going to make the team, you're going to get cut. If you're going to play a role, if you're not going to play a role. But it's been a good experience.
What did you do on the ranch? Like, give me an idea of the kind of jobs you did. I'm a city boy, so I don't know. I mean, break it down for me.
Cleaning out horse pens, pig pens, feeding the cows, bulls, horses, maybe plowing a field, planting the garden, getting chickens, the eggs from the chicken. Yeah. Building barns, stuff in and out, just doing stuff.
Wow. And give me an idea of your process of walking on at Tech. I mean, were you a preferred walk-on? Because I'm unfamiliar. That was before, actually, I started covering Tech, so.
I was a preferred walk-on, but I didn't come until actual, I think it was school actually started. That's when I showed up. Some of them showed up like the 2 weeks for fall camp. They showed up for fall camp, but I did that. I guess my first year I was on scout team. Second year I was like a little bit on scout team. People started dropping out, or like people started getting hurt, so I started playing more role on offense, and finally showed what I could do. Coach Kingsbury pulled for me a lot, and I went out there and showed them that I could do what everybody else was doing. And then I guess 2015, I want to say, was the year I started playing. That was when I played special teams more. 2016, I actually started 8 games as a walk-on.
Yeah.
Still played a role on special teams last year. Last year I played a role on special teams, a little bit on offense, and this year I'm trying to play a bigger role on offense.
Do you remember the moment when what your reaction was when you heard you made the team, and then also when you were put on scholarship? Those two, were they similar reactions or no?
Nah, when I made the team, it was kind of like I knew I could do that. When I got put on scholarship, it was a whole different feeling, just because everything that I've done up to this point has finally paid off. I mean, I got to call my mom and them, tell them I ain't got to pay for school no more. It's like everything's paid for. It was like a big change, because going from paying from everything out of your pocket to them paying for literally everything, and you just got to pay for your everyday living expenses, I guess. But it's a good feeling.
And when was that exactly, and how did they let you know you were put on scholarship?
I don't even remember when that was. That was actually probably, I want to say 2016 maybe?
Okay.
It was in fall camp, but he came up after...
In Kingsbury?
He came up. We were actually, after practice, he had us all in a huddle, talking to us like he normally does, but they had just changed me. I just went from a different position to another one. I went to that position, and I did everything like I was supposed to, and he gave me a shout-out, told me I was like, he switched positions. He didn't have one mess up and everything, so that's why we're putting on scholarship, and then that's when everybody just bombarded me. I couldn't even get up.
Oh, man, that's so cool. Yeah. You mentioned that you were playing multiple positions. That's something Kingsbury's told me a lot about you, that the value that you add to the receiving corps. Is that something like you said, the hard work from the ranch? Does that translate, or like where the hard work translates to being able to be a versatile player like that, or
I think
no?
it's just the mindset that grows on you. I mean, as a kid, it's like, my dad would always tell me to do stuff, but I always developed the mentality that if I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna learn how to do it. I'm gonna do it better than the person that's doing it. But when I got here, I learned all 4 positions across the board. I started off on the outside, worked my way to the other outside, came inside, learned both of them positions, and then I started learning more how all the routes go together and what's happening. And now I know what's going on next to me. The guy's doing. Now I know what I need to do at my position. So it's more of an understanding.
Do you have a preference for where you play?
I'd rather play inside.
Really? Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess they probably like why, right? Like,
yeah, it's why age.
Doesn't matter.
Care. It's just more room to work with in there.
All right. Do you know where you're going to play for sure right now? Like where you're going to start off in the fall? Okay. All right. And I got to ask you about the injuries. I know that was frustrating for the injuries last year, but then of course you're granted the 6th season. It's another big moment, right? I mean, when you have all these huge moments, announcements like that. What was it like when you found out you were getting this 6th season?
I was like, they were probably like a week and a half into school. They kept calling me. They told me they were going to call me one day. Called me at the end of that day, said, we're going to call call you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Waited another like 3 days after that. We're gonna call you the next day. Came to the last day. It's like it's already been a day. People have been in school a week. It's already gonna be another week. Finally called. It was the last day, last possible minute they could have called because I was about to call somebody to accept the job that I had just called about, and they finally called me back and said, "Hey, get ready, come back tomorrow. We have a run in the morning." I was like, "Dang."
Congratulations, you got to run.
Congratulations, you got the hardest run tomorrow at 6 a.m. So I was like, "Dang."
And I think you already mentioned this, but just for this recording, you already got your degree, right? In what?
Got it in kinesiology. I graduated last year in December.
All right, and then you're going for your master's right now?
I'm not yet.
Not yet?
Might do that in the fall.
In the fall.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.